Is it working? Okay, hi guys, we are back. Some more Disco Elysium over here. Still trying to find what's her name? Nice little. Oh, look at those sit-ups there. Good to keep in shape. Still trying to find Ruby. And we found out a little small bit of the town that we haven't seen before. And that
As you
does look
approach,
like the
the man
moral
turns
intern,
and greets
yes.
you with a polite wave.
Ah, super. It's the officer. I was not expecting to run into you again, but things have a funny way of turning out, no? What brings
They
you down
do
to the
have
scenic
a fun-
Martinez coast?
Actually, I was wondering what you're doing here.
Well, that's très simple. I was visiting the fishing village just north of here. They have applied for a series of microloans to revitalize the old market. And well, I wished to see the situation firsthand. And then, well, I had some extra time on my hands, so I decided to stroll down here. It's quite peaceful, isn't it?
You do know there was a mass execution right over
Really? Here? How can you be sure?
there? Well, it's covered in bullet holes.
Is that what those pockmarks are? I might have guessed. Fascinating how much history is contained right here, if only one knows where to look for it.
Are you just going to let him get away with these generalities and euphemisms?
And I can't even begin to think
Well said.
about it.
Let us just be grateful that we don't live in such fascinating times. Ah bon? I'm all ears, officer.
You help forming a committee. I'm trying to assign the
My
responsibility.
friend, if it's la responsabilité you're after, I have good news for you. There's no need to form such a committee, because it already exists.
God, of course it does.
Ah!
These moral intern types.
The Comité de Responsabilité de Revachol. It acts as a sort of clearinghouse for coalition activities. To put it simply, they are the ultimate arbiters of la responsabilité in this part of the world.
Yes, this is just the sort of reasonable authority you're looking for.
I would offer to connect you with the committee myself, but alas, I am not actually in Martinez.
What?
What? Where is he then? He's speaking figuratively. He means he's not in Martinez in his official capacity.
My god, you're here on personal business.
Précisément. Officially, I am still in La Delta, preparing for an upcoming conference on fuel oil derivatives. That's why it would be extremely irregular, or potentially even inappropriate for me to intercede with the
Inappropriate?
committee concerning a district I'm not officially in.
This is an urgent matter. I need to get in touch with the committee.
Yes, you've made your persistence quite clear. Under normal circumstances, I would have to insist you go through the regular channels. But if you have information of a vital interest, they might be willing to entertain an exception. In which case, I would advise you to contact them via Coalition Warship Archer.
What is
Officer,
that?
You mean to say that you haven't noticed the giant Coalition aerostatic peacefully patrolling the skies over Revachol?
You follow
Oh.
the man's gaze out toward the west. There, hanging some distance above the horizon, you can just make out a strange silhouette. It looks to your eye like some kind of long metallic fish suspended beneath a number of ceiling fans. Not just any fish. It moves like some ancient bottom feeder gliding over the ocean floor in search of prey. Don't let the paint job fool you. It's a goddamn killing machine, and there's nothing you can do to stop it.
Oof. Looks like a fish.
Fascinating. I always thought it was more like a dragonfly. But isn't it interesting how humanity always finds inspiration in nature?
Why do I need to go through the Archer to
You
speak to the
see,
committee?
in addition to being an airborne artillery platform, Coalition Warship Archer is also the linchpin of the
Managed to get
Coalition's
their ship before
surveillance and
us.
communications infrastructure in Revachol.
What do you mean? There are, you know, airships already. We have them. You know, we have even better. We have helicopters and drones and shit.
And listening. It has the most objective vantage point in the entire city. Not to mention a vast array of radio, photographic, and meteorological monitoring instruments. I find it a great comfort to know there are benevolent powers watching over all, in strict accordance with the Wayfarer Act and the Bristol-Mune Convention.
The Bristol-Mune Conventions are a series
Money.
of international agreements governing the treatment of military personnel and civilians in
The
theaters
Geneva
of war,
Conventions.
as well as occupied territories. In practice,
Bristol.
they are more talked about than observed.
This is quite the problem. Very tricky. Of course, the Archer has orders to fire on any unidentified aerostatics that might approach it, so it might be safer to get in touch from the ground. But in that case, you would require a radio transmitter capable of broadcasting on coalition frequencies. And that kind of technology naturally isn't typically available for non-coalition use. Yes, it is a bit of a conundrum. I suppose there might be some way to circuit bend your way onto those frequencies, but you'd have to be one of those techno-tinkerers to do it.
Do you know any of this?
Unfortunately not, no. I don't have the pleasure. I am merely a representative of the coalition government, not very well versed in technology. But you...
Perhaps your young friends in the tent might be of assistance?
Let me just say that I have complete confidence in the RCM. I'm sure you'll figure something out. Always my pleasure to be of
Thank you for
assistance to the
your time.
RCM. Godspeed, and if we don't meet again, bonne chance.
Superstar cop.
Some kind of superstar.
What's this?
They say the world isn't ready for a rock and roll cop. No one
yeah.
wants their state monopoly on violence to be mixed with celebrity worship. They claim to know it would be dangerous for detectives to rise to the ranks of demigods and have sexual encounters with barely legal cover girls. It would be insane, they say. To all this, you say, fuck off and die.
Oh!
In a cool voice.
In a cool
You people
voice.
have no idea how good these cops are gonna get. They're gonna crack 20 cases a day. In the future, cops will be like astrophysicists, or prime ministers, or prophets. And you're the first one.
First one, okay. So we lose one logic, but increases our learning cap for visual calculus, suggestion, electrochemistry, and composure. But it doesn't actually give us stuff, it just increases our... we can make a lot of visual calculus. Look at this. Can get it to like 13 or something. Okay, well, we checked that out. And yeah, we're also wanting to check some traps for cryptozoologist bugs while we are trying to find Ruby. And we already checked one over there. Please try to run. I really don't have the time. Why are you not sprinting? There we go. I think I might have hit the caps lock by accident. And that might have done something. Broken pipe. What is this? Another area?
The light vanishes inside the concrete slit. The structure goes deep under the earth. There's no echo and no answer. Maybe it's just a storm drain for the sewer.
No idea. Could be connected to one of the buildings around here. We might find her down somewhere. There's an old storm drain system beneath Martinez that's mostly collapsed. Revachel's sewage system has been built and rebuilt 4 or 5 times now. In conclusion, she could be under any building. I hope not.
Yikes. That would be unpleasant. Oh, we found another one.
Apparatus lies among the reeds. Another one of Morel's traps. Weighed down by the reeds shake sadly in the coastal breeze. Snow specks the stalks. Most of it melts quickly. The reeds seem to be waiting for something. The wind picks up here, near the cape's end, surrounding the narrow strip of land from 3 cardinal directions. It's cold, for this time of year. This trap is also full of panicked locusts. No sign of any cryptozoological beast inside.
Another empty trap.
How are you enjoying the cardio?
Always
Lieutenant?
up for a good jog. Otherwise, would I still be on this case with you?
Nah. I love you, Kim. He is the man. The one and only. Let's get, yeah, interfacing. We need it for that bunker door.
You see that seagull up there? Remind you of anybody? You and the seagull are just
Oh, there
alike.
it is.
Think
Why?
about the seagull's story. It's one of endurance and adaptation. The seaside was paradise once. They were birds of that paradise. Then their paradise became shit city. And what did they do? They became urban survivors, eating burgers out of trash cans, killing and eating pigeons.
Damn.
No time for that sentimental bullshit. They're hustlers, getting shit done. They're
Yeah.
one pair of track pants away from gangsters, just like you.
Yeah. Have I ever eaten a burger out of a trash?
You have. The body
Oh
remembers.
God.
Own it. Steal hot dogs. Shit in the sand. Whatever it takes to keep going.
I was hoping for an extra thought. I guess it's good that we got healed, but already max health. Never getting into the bunker. Its difficulty is inevitable failure. Really? Why would you have a check then?
Heavy wooden doors. More than 12.
Save?
Heavy wood. The lock.
Let's go.
A great whoosh of air rushes into the dark innards of the church, in the heart of the city.
Alright, let's see what's in.
It's gone. Almost all of it. But for the faintest of hums. It seems the sound here is detached from its source somehow. If not blotted out, outright. Truly unusual.
What?
You can hardly hear your own breathing. You produce a few muffled thumps, after which the silence feels even more total. Somehow, your voice is barely audible. Not a howl, but the softest of whimpers. It's unnerving. The lieutenant points to his ears and shakes his head. Then he leans closer.
Can you hear anything?
Almost nothing. It's beginning to worry me.
The church just has strange acoustics, some engineering trick.
Maybe the church was designed this way to prevent boisterous activity, singing and dancing on its premises.
Could be.
He doesn't seem entirely convinced, though. The orderly rows of ceiling panels become barely visible, then disappear completely in the darkness of the tower overhead. The silence, the darkness, they've enveloped you as in a cocoon.
22%.
move.
Ah. Yes!
It's like there's something moving up there. A shadow has emerged from the tower and it's making its way toward you through all the other shadows. Yes, the darkness makes the ceiling feel infinitely far away. It's not a shadow anymore, becoming more substantial as it gets closer. The shape of an animal descends.
Officer, is there something up there?
Oh no, you've lost sight of it. Where did it go?
Oh shit.
You see something hanging from the rafters, looking straight at you with dark eyes. Maybe it's possible to talk to it. The shadow is a man made of the same stuff as the carpentry of the building. He is studying you
God
intently.
damn it, they were right.
The crab man. The man leaned forward a little, fixing you with a steady, unreadable gaze, then speaks.
Habitual alcohol use has made you into a scared little pussy, Holmes. But don't worry,
Damn!
everything's gonna be alright. You come to the right place.
Fucking read me out like a book in the first 2 minutes of interaction. How is this possible?
That accent is Villalobos, a peninsula in Mesk and a district in Jamro. There's a sizable contingent of Villalobos-speaking Mesks in Rivershore.
Here you can receive the mother's love. And when you're ready, she will take your hand and lift you out of the despair at the bottom of that bottle.
This man is obviously a habitual narcotics user. Do we really need to question him?
Hey, and what was that about the bottle again? You haven't even drank that much lately.
That is
Lay
true.
off it already. Shish.
I don't know anything about alcohol.
Oh yeah, sure. You don't know anything about alcohol use. You got it all under control, Way. I could smell the control all the way over here.
You don't need to lecture me. I know
Not
that
all
it.
of it. I was like you once. You don't know all the havoc Albino is wrecking on your mind and your spirit. Necesita parar, homie.
You know, actually,
Spanish.
since we're here, you may want to pay
only
attention
you
to
could
what
buy
the
some
ceiling
mints.
climber is saying.
Thank you, Kim. Yeah, some mints would have helped out.
It doesn't matter who I am, Way. I'm just bringing you the message of the mother's love. She don't want you to hang yourself on your own stubbornness. This is the church of the Mother of Silence. You are welcome here.
You have no idea what the fuck he's talking about. Is he just trying to throw you off your game?
Oh,
Whatever
yes.
it is, he's quite confident about it. Just look how gracefully he sways. 'Tis not
It
an
is
act, my
very.
liege. Save him perchance, he hath deceived his very self. This man is a zealot.
The ones in the tent outside, right? I see him. Think they scared of me.
Siphoning electrical current from the outside into this antenna.
A machine stands in the corner, watched over by the figures on the stained glass window. It's turned on and quivering with soft electricity.
A radio computer. And it's turned on. We should probably let it be. It's becoming clear that there's no trace of the suspect anywhere inside the church. A radio computer. We have one down at the station. No, I don't know how to operate it or what it's used for. Let's go.
This is the Ream Prefect radio computer, a model number RC7024, equipped with a Feld mainframe and a Ream-compatible interim printer. The Ream Prefect is the governmental version of the commonly used Ream Civic model. Although mostly based on the same technology, the Ream Prefect is equipped with better noise attenuation circuits. A machine, the lieutenant, you see fluorescent play and print buttons on the keyboard. A hatch connected to the central compartment is wide open. The lieutenant says nothing. You see the machine's glowing frame reflected back from his diamond-shaped glasses. You're free to proceed. Behind the hatch sits a cube-like crisscross of filaments, smoldering in the dark like fireflies. Silver tape on the side says, in black marker, log, February to March. This is the machine's filament memory. Press play to access its contents. A bar of fabric right above the keyboard starts producing a soft The machine's keyboard is still
They-
illuminated, revealing fluorescent play and
They
print
literally have
buttons.
a person acting as the computer. It's like how a lot of the so-called AI technology now is just like some dude in the Philippines working with like a VR headset and being paid $3 an hour.
Nothing happens.
Okay. Yeah, he might know something about the passwords.
Oh, hey, wait. There's coffee in the back. Oh, wait. I meant the mother's love.
Coffee in the back. Something familiar about that. Coffee and stale cookies.
Look, man. I'm at liberty to talk about the sacred blaze of the mother's glorious heart, but not about the coffee. Never known myself to be a crab. But if that's the name you got for me, I won't stop you from using it. I always thought of myself more like a flame, flickering along the rafters and beams. It may be that I gotta work on my technique.
Same lady from the other computer in the Dune district. Huh.
That's not the only technique he's working on. Look at those carved sculptures. And is that a satchel of tools over there?
Before reality began.
That sounds a bit like substitution behavior, no? You know a thing or two about that.
How did you even find this place?
Hard to say. I think I did some construction work here, back when I still had material worries. Up there, I realized what the true purpose of the church was. Been spending a lot of time here ever since. The past is nothing to me now, eh? It didn't belong to me.
Sure didn't just switch one drug
It's
to
not
another.
like that at all, man. It's just faith and joyful service.
Too gleeful, those words. He is lying. Not to you, to his very own self.
I guess you have a point. Let's agree to disagree. I was being insensitive, sorry, let's Faith is kind of
I
a
heard that before, Way, and I know I can't convince you on the spot. But think, when's the last time you woke up from silent communion with a hangover, regretting what you did last night? I know it will take time. Don't sweat it.
Still don't understand what's
I'm
being
a
in the church.
seraph, Holmes. I sing the mother's glory.
It doesn't really make sense for you to sing if she's the mother of silence.
I don't mean literal singing, Holmes. This is the mother of silence we're talking about. It's the singing of a burning heart. You may be thinking, but fire crackles. No, Holmes. That's the material that's burning. The flames themselves are without sound.
The sinewy figure lingers on the wooden beams, blending into the shadows.
Been here a long time. Do you know why the church was
Police
abandoned?
raid a while back.
Did you witness it?
Oh,
Not really. Or at least I don't remember much of it anymore. The mother's love has done its job. That's what's so great about the mother. It lets you forget about everything.
By chance, heard the Vegeta say the password.
Too many times, Esse, you need it for something.
Surveys are a good way to fish for personal information, especially in the name of
Investigation
Don't
Martinez.
sweat it, vato. The password is afterlife death. What you think of that? Makes me almost pity La Nilita Pequeña. When I think we're done here, Esse.
Oh,
That
he's
was
gone.
interesting conversation. However, I'm still not sure whether we'll find our suspect here.
I don't know, but
Tremble.
that
The
was...
time is now. Taola. Time for the show.
What the
For
fuck?
Taola. The hallowed
Taola?
time of fear and disintegration. A countdown has begun. All will collapse on itself. The world will disappear into a
What is
single
going
grain
on?
of blackness. All sound will be muted. All life will scream. Ulogu Theodos. Xeno Zausin. Ipoli Osithian.
Just started speaking
Echondes
Greek.
Phronesin. Monday morning. The moment you arrived in this reality are the first crack in the sheer face of God. From you it will spread. Yes, you spoke the words of the Palindropos and the houses of Pericarnassus. Items, people, even words will tumble. All will lose its meaning in the coming years. That is why you marked
I'm sure
yourself.
it's not just a joke or some kind of
It's
copy.
totally also a coping mechanism. So you should be. The world island crumbles at your feet, and in the far plain, Palindropos. Perhaps, just a thought, this has something to do with the hangover.
Perhaps.
The face of the woman fractures.
Cup of
There will be herd
Apocalypse.
killing.
That's an interesting one. Rambling madman. I don't know. Okay, time to log in.
The machine's keyboard, the speed.
Good afternoon. Good. Please repeat the password. Good. I have unlocked the filament. After ending the call, please press print to access the filament. Fortress accident. Is there anything else I can do for you today?
Your machine or your
Yes, I am alive. I am 74 years old and my name is Yvonne.
She repeats passwords. Programming people are all paranoid.
I work as a repeater at the East Insulindian repeater station. It's my job to know where you are, Fortress Accident. As for me, well, I am sitting in my cubicle, surrounded by a wall of radios. Now, please tell me if there's anything else I can do for you, Fortress Accident.
To do with radio computers. Unfortunately, I don't know enough about them to understand what the author is saying. Something about the backup data getting destroyed, and how everyone thought it was the author's fault. Let's just keep reading. Her friends? Colleagues? She must be quite educated if she knew how to set up all this machinery.
12th of February, 51. Brought some food from the grocery store. Apparently, there's a strike going on in the harbor. Definitely not happy to see the Martinez people again. Everything's now set up in the church. Going to start working tomorrow, 8 a.m.
The strike. We are nearing the date of the murder. Keep reading. I'm interested now. I want to know what's that radio anomaly that sent this person here in the first place.
25th of February, 51. I've been sending data up to Lintel for a while now, trying to recreate the data loss, but nothing. Didn't even feel like logging in, the disappointment. But I did discover a curious audio-spatial anomaly at the back of the church. I've named it the Swallow. It swallows sound. Need to get some mics.
Is she talking about?
Yes.
28th of February, 51. Yes, the first recordings confirm that the swallow is real, and I'm not just losing my mind. It's a pillar of silence, with a diameter of approximately 3 meters. Seems like the higher I go, the less I record. This might be
And I'll see you next time what we're going to make. It has stopped working. Bye bye.